A woman in New Delhi, a 23-year-old woman in New Delhi, was brutally gang raped on a bus. She was with her male friend, and he was beaten almost to death with iron rods. She was also beaten, and she was raped by 6 different men. Now, after they were beaten and after she was raped, they were just thrown off to the side of the street. Fortunately, they both survived. However, the woman is in critical condition, and she's connected to a respirator right now. Hopefully that she'll make it. But it's kind of bringing up this issue of, how women are treated in India right now, how rape is being handled in India right now. I mean, right now 4 people have been arrested in this particular case. Authorities are looking for 2 other men that are involved. And what's interesting about this story is it seems like people are taking it very, very, very seriously, and I'm relatively speaking, because with other cases, it seems like it's been brushed under the rug for quite a while. But now authorities and politicians in India are calling for capital punishment in cases of rape.
So this is interesting because we're so used to stories, unfortunately, across the world, where a woman gets raped, and then, for example, in Saudi Arabia, and I don't mean to say that this happens all across the world, just particular countries usually involving fundamentalist religion, and they say, well, okay, we need 4 witnesses, and since we don't have 4 witnesses, the guy's free to go, but you just admitted you had sex, so you're guilty, and they throw her in jail. So I'm so used to those kind of horrific stories that when you told me they actually want to punish the people who did it, I was like, oh my God. That's like a change. We've got an international story where people are at least looking for justice, right? Now, you might say they're going too far in calling for death sentence for rape, and you could have an argument about that, and I would probably come out against that, right? But I'm just so relieved that somebody actually wants to punish them and wants to protect women, and it's unfortunately we've gotten used to the exact opposite.
Yeah, I think that in every country, when it comes to certain issues, there's always a tipping point. And it seems like when it comes to the treatment of women in India, this particular event was a tipping point. People are outraged by it. Women are rioting about it. They're protesting, and they're out on the streets, and they're demanding change. And that's what you need to kind of change a system and change the way things are being handled.
So this is a really important point. It goes across all of the different stories. When they tell you to be polite and not to go protest in the streets, and no, don't worry, we'll do something later, never believe them. They're not telling you the truth. What they're trying to do is make sure that you don't do a damn thing about it, right? That's true of gun control here in the US. Not now, not after the shooting, don't talk about it. It's true in that case, and you know what happens? You get changed not when you're polite, not when you say, okay, we'll talk about it later. When you say, no, I demand justice, and I don't demand it tomorrow, and I don't demand it a year from now. I demand it right the hell now. You get in the streets, and you force change. Change never comes if you don't actually fight for it, if you don't force it. Because the people who are benefiting from the status quo are not going to give it to you out of the goodness of their hearts. They're only going to give it to you if they're forced to give it to you.